a very good evening to you. Many thanks for joining us tonight right here on KUTV's broadcast. You're just in time for KUTV News at 9. But before we get into informing you, let's get an introduction.
This is Weekend Live with Anyango Slyvia.
That's right. On the sign language interpretation tonight is Naomi Omboi. Remember, this broadcast is also coming to you live on YouTube at KUTV News Kenya. And you can also interact with us on X at KUTV_Kenya or at Anyango Slyvia KE. Now we begin where a portion of the nation's political leaders have responded differently to a call for a referendum to modify the 2010 constitution. Political figures in Kirinyaga County have expressed concern about the proposal, claiming that it is dubious and that the ruling regime has bad intentions. The leaders, led by former Deputy Governor Peter Ndambiri and former Mwea Member of Parliament Alfred Nderitu, have promised to mobilize locals to reject constitutional amendments using covert means. The leaders asserted that Mudavadi's suggestion is an attempt by the Kenya Kwanza government to divert attention from the numerous problems that Kenyans face.
Last night I heard Mudavadi talk about the Constitution. And the Constitution is a very, very important document. Should not be played around. He is airing his views and to some extent looks as if there is something hidden. Why now? Because that's something which should have been discussed by leaders, seated down, and leaders come out with a voice. I could even watch him in television reading as if it's something which was crafted for him, drafted for him to read. Well, yes, IEBC has faltered. We should have had alienation of boundaries. IEBC has faltered. We should have had a census so that we can know the population of this country. But the approach they are using, it's more or less like there is a hidden thing, because they should have sold this one to the leaders, members of parliament, get a consensus, and they agree which is the direction to move.
Said by the Prime Cabinet Secretary that we have a referendum. It is a good proposal, but this proposal has an hidden agenda. We do not want them to have a referendum whereby they have already set their minds that they are going to steal that referendum. We pray and we are going to propose that we shall reject any attempt to alter the Constitution as it is. Let people serve their five-year term or 10-year term according to the Constitution. If we shall ever amend the Constitution through the referendum, let it be over something that is reasonable.
Now, President William Ruto has sought to reassure parents and education across the country of government's preparedness for the CBE transition to senior school that is in January. Speaking in Narok County during the 20th anniversary celebrations of Convent Church International, the president, while assuring of a smooth academic year kick-off, warned politicians against dragging politics into school matters.
President William Ruto used his address in Narok County to reaffirm his administration commitment to education reforms and national development as he attended the 20th anniversary celebration of Covenant Church International in Rotian. Speaking to congregants, the president anchored his remarks on faith and leadership, saying he believes that God will guide the country in achieving its development goals. He maintained that his government remains firmly focused on taking Kenya to the next level, insisting that the promises he has outlined for the country will be delivered.
Hata yale maono mimi niko nayo ya kutoa Kenya kutoka third world mpaka first world, ikae kama South Korea, ikae kama Singapore, ikae kama Malaysia. Pia hiyo vile yenu imetimia na hiyo pia itatimia.
Additionally, the president highlighted some of the steps taken to prepare for the upcoming transition to senior school.
First cohort of our young men and women going to senior school is going to happen in January. It is a most consequential transition in Kenya because it is part of the transition of our education reform process that now is going to give us a new way of our students progressing with their education.
The president further announced that the government has released 44 billion shillings this week to support schools, saying the fund will ensure a smooth transition over the next year.
Tumeajiri waalimu, kufikia Januari itakuwa waalimu 100,000. Tumejenga madarasa 23,000. Tutakamilisha mahabara ama laboratories 1,600 kufikia mwezi wa 3 mwaka huu. Na vile vile tumehakikisha ya kwamba ile capitation ambayo serikali tunatoa 22,000 kwa kila mwanafunzi, tayari serikali tumetoa 44 billion shillings this week to make sure that the transition in January is going to be smooth. There will be resources in our schools.
Several leaders from the region attended the event, including Narok Senator Ledama Olekina, who assured the president of the region's support.
Wamasai ni wale ambaye ukiwakaribia pia hawa wanakupenda, na ndio mimi nataka kueleza ya kwamba kuanzia leo mahali wao huko wewe ujue ya kwamba kura zote za Masai ni za William Samoei Arap Ruto.
Kwa ukweli unapenda Narok kama kaunti yako na wewe ni mwenyeji wa Narok. Na Mheshimiwa Rais, wakati serikali hii umeunda, umetukumbuka kwa kila constituency ambazo ziko hapa. Barabara ya Nengetia kwenda Rupusumoru ndio hiyo. Mheshimiwa Rais, tunakushukuru. Mheshimiwa, barabara ya Ngong kufika Suswa imemalizika. Tunakushukuru Rais. Mheshimiwa, barabara ya Suswa na Regiangare 39 kilometers imetangazwa pia, ni kama tule ile ya Nengetia. Mheshimiwa Rais, tunakushukuru.
Ile inclusivity tunaona wakati tulikuwa tunakuwa wengine tulikuwa tunangoja rais kumuona, inachukua karibu miaka hata 5-4 amaliza atoke kabla hatujamuona. Lakini leo hii wewe umekuwa accessible, umeenda kila mahali. Kwetu kule naona pia unaendelea mambo ya housing project, mambo ya mabarabara ilikuwa imekwama, lakini sasa tunaona contractors wote wamerudi huko.
I want to tell those people who are introducing small politics and unnecessary propaganda into the education of our children. I am telling them to keep off our children. Watu ambao wako na siasa fitina ndogo ndogo, madalali wa siasa ya bure, wanataka kuingiza watoto wetu kwa mambo ya siasa ambayo haina maana.
Remarks come against the backdrop of ongoing political debates surrounding the president's development vision, often referred to as the Singapore Dreams. Yvonne Kemuma, KUTV.
Now, 5 accused thieves are being pursued by police officers in Gatongora in Kiambu, that is in Ruiru in Kiambu County. This is after a failed attempt to steal from a shop. Now, a toy weapon, counterfeit licenses, and other various items thought to have been used in the crime were also collected during a check of the abandoned Wish vehicle. Edward Nyamu reports.
Police in Gatongora, Ruiru, Kiambu County are pursuing 5 suspected robbers who escaped after a failed attempt to break into and steal from a shop. The suspects were targeting a store in the Destiny neighborhood of Gatongora Ward. This is according to Ruiru Sub-County Police Commander Charles Kibadhi.
Tuliweza kupata ripoti ya kwamba iko wezi ambaye walikuwa nafuja nyumba hapa katika eneo la Destiny wadi ya Gatongora. Wale ofisa walikuwa na shika doria, waliweza kukimbia pale na wakapata kweli ilikuwa watu 5 wakiwa na gari ambaye namba yake ni KDL 764S, na wakati waliona maofisa wa polisi wakaweza kukimbia. Ndio polisi waliweza kupiga risasi ile gari lao, wakapiga gurudumu la nyuma na wakaweza kuitoa ile pumzi. Gari iliweza kusimama na pia wale wezi wakaweza kutoroka.
A search inside the abandoned Wish vehicle led to the recovery of a toy pistol, fake number plates, and other assorted items believed to have been used in criminal activities. Kibadi pointed out that the suspect's abandoned car was a rental car that had been outfitted with fictitious license plates, which are frequently altered during criminal activities.
Penda kutoa tahadhari kwa sababu kwa wale ambaye watu wanafanya kazi ya kukodisha hii magari. Tumekuja kugundua ya kwamba hii magari yanatumika kwa wizi, kwa hivyo wawe waangalifu, waweze kuchukua details mzuri ndio waweze kujua kwa hakika ile watu nakodisha hii magari wanatumia kwa ile njia ambaye ni halali. Ukiangalia zile bidhaa ambaye tumepata hapa ambaye inatumika kwa hii wizi, hizi nia ya hii watu ni nia ambaye ni mbaya, kwa sababu naangalia wako na vifunguo 148 ambaye inatumika kwa kufungua manyumba na kufanya maovu zingine zote ambaye hii funguo zinaweza fanya.
According to Kibadi, investigations are being conducted to determine who owns the car and track down the culprits.
Na saa hii tumeweza kujua mwenye gari ni nani na tunamsaka. Kwa hivyo kwa muda kidogo tutakuwa tumemweka kizibani. Tunaweza kuwapea tahadhari ya kwamba hapa Loilu hawana nafasi, na sisi tuhakikisha kwamba tumewashika na tumewapeleka kotini na washughulikiwe kulingana na sheria ya hapa nchini yetu.
However, in order to support continuous investigation, police asked locals to stay alert and report any suspicious activity in their neighborhoods. Edward Nyamo, KUTV.
Now, Mwala Member of Parliament Vincent Musyoka has called on the Kamba leaders to unite behind the Kenya Kwanza administration to ensure that development projects are fast-tracked in their respective constituencies. He accused opposition leaders of delaying development projects in their respective constituencies or areas they represent by not agreeing with the government. Speaking during bursary application and verification exercise for over 6,000 students from Mwala constituency enrolled in universities and vocational training institutions, Mwala Member of Parliament Vincent Musyoka urged Kamba leaders to align themselves with the government to unlock development projects for the region.
I am one of the very few members of parliament wenye wakimtaka rais wanamfikia kwa rahisi sana, na ni lazima tuchunge huo uhusiano, kwa sababu hata wakati unaona wengine wanatafuta serikali, hakunanga sababu nyingine ndio uweze kutetea watu wako wakuwe mbele.
Musyoka, who also serves as the United Democratic Alliance UD Organizing Secretary, said meaningful development can only be achieved when leaders engage and work closely with the government of the day. He added that cooperation with the ruling administration strengthens leaders' ability to lobby for projects and resources that directly benefit their communities.
Mimi nafanya kazi kwa karibu sana na rais wetu, na mjue siasa ni siasa. Comrades, nataka muelewe siasa ni siasa na siasa ni interest. So kama Mwala mnapata interest zenu ziko mbele kupitia kwa rais na Kawaya, nyinyi mnapaswa kukwamilia hapo, kwa sababu kuna watu wanatafuta mabarabara bado hawajapata, lakini wanataka kuvurusha rais. Wao wakiingia pale ile nafasi ambayo mimi nashikilia katika Ukambani leo, hiyo nafasi itashikiliwa na mwingine. Na hizi vitu ambazo mnaona zikiwa rahisi sana, zikiwa so easy, they will go to other places.
The Ukambani region has traditionally been viewed as a political stronghold of Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka. With the next general election approaching, Kalonzo has been touted as a potential presidential candidate, even as he aligns himself with the broader opposition that includes former Attorney General Justin Muturi, Martha Karua of the People's Liberation Party, and former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua of the Democracy for Citizens Party, all from the broader Mount Kenya region. The ongoing narrative that development projects are concentrated in regions whose leaders support the government has become increasingly common. This has raised questions about political goodwill, the balance between cooperation and accountability, and whether leaders can effectively provide oversight and hold the government to account without jeopardizing development in the areas they represent. Anyango, Slyvia, KUTV. Now on that note, we are taking the very first break on the broadcast tonight. Stay with us.
Our planet has a pulse. With every rising tide, with every shifting storm, and with every degree of an increase in temperature, something is happening. The pulse of our planet is racing. And right here on EarthCheck, we're not only observing it, but we are taking action. My name is Emmanuel Kutosi, and I invite you to walk with me the journey as we take the Earth's pulse, story by story, as we unravel different matters that are happening to try and bring our planet back to speed. We are into the festive season, of course, and let me share a challenge with you, with your family, with your better other, with your friends. At least within this festive season, plant a tree. Make one, make two, even three. At least it could be a better way of making our planet better, not only for us, but also for the generations that come after us. So from the EarthCheck team, as we load in, it's Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Ni nguzo na uso wa jamii. Kupanda shuka, akawa tuzo. Ukakamavu wake, ukatii na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke, akabaini jinsi ya kuwini. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari, kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake, nami Caroline Kimwele.
On behalf of the University Council, management, and the entire Kenyatta University fraternity, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous, peaceful, and blessed 2020.
You are watching Weekend Live with Anyango Slyvia.
Welcome back. Remember to keep interacting with us on our social media platforms. We are live on YouTube at KUTV News Kenya. Now, faith-based community organizations in Kisii County appealing to well-wishers and the national and county government to put up rescue centers to empower street families. The community faith-based organizations argues that many street families face major challenges during recess due to lack of rescue centers to fall back, exposing them to drug abuse and other petty crimes.
A faith-based community organization in Kisii Town is now appealing to well-wishers and the Kisii County government to consider putting up rescue centers to protect rescue street children from regressing into their previous lives during holiday season.
tunawaongelesha, we share Christmas together. Remember, hii ni ule msimu wa Christmas, tunaleta vyakula tunakula pamoja na wao, alafu tunawazungumzia na lengo kuu ni kujaribu ya kwamba kuwafikia, kuwapeleka shule, wengine tunawapeleka rehabilitation centers, wakisha transform tunawatoa hapo tunawapeleka shuleni. We support them. Ikifika wakati ambapo wamepick, maybe wamemaliza form 4, tunawaachilia sasa wanaenda kujisimamia.
The faith-based organization argues that the children in the rehabilitation centers and schools faces major challenges during recess due to lack of a rescue center to fall back, exposing them to ill vices such as drug abuse and petty crime, among others.
Nobody is ready to take you to school. Nobody is ready even to cater even for your basic need, like a meal. So unapata amaona tu acha nitoke hapa hivi niende town, maybe nianze kubeba mzigo ama nianze kufanya 1 2 3 things ili nione ka maisha yangu itazidi kusonga. Anaingia kwa madawa za kulevya hivyo, na hivyo ndio maisha inaisha. So until you land yourself in the right hands, upate kama kina pastor wanakomenta, wanakuambia wacha kunywa maziwa, acha kuvuta bangi, kunywa maziwa, wacha kuvuta sigara, kunywa maziwa.
According to the coordinator of the Kingdom Child Organization, there is need for concerted effort from the national and county government to empower street families.
Call to churches, well-wishers, a call to the county government, to our political leaders and business entities in this city, that the best investment we will ever put in our lives is the investment in other people. Because when we feed one of these kids, we speak hope in their lives.
I'm just requesting maybe the government, the county government, please help us with a place where we can always have these kids so that at least they can be reformed, at least somebody can always be with them, they be nurtured, you know, so that any future generation, any viongozi wa kesho, when you are out of that position, who will take over? When we leave this generation to dwindle, how? How will the next leadership be?
Since its inception in 2012, the organization is aiming to transform the street children through feeding program, mentorship, rehabilitation, and education program as a gesture to show love to the less privileged in the society during Christmas holiday.
You'll only understand them only when you be with them for a period of time.
Auma Evans for KUTV, Nairobi.
Now, a family in the Sisi area of Soweto, Changamwe sub-county in Mombasa, is appealing for justice following alleged abduction of their kin by suspected police officers. 44-year-old Harrison Nyamu was reportedly taken from his home on the night of December 24th by armed men in civilian clothes. His wife says the men assaulted him before forcing him into waiting vehicles and warned her against following them. Nyamu, who suffers from kidney complications, has since missed vital dialysis sessions. Human rights activists have condemned the incident, terming it an enforced disappearance and calling on police to either present Nyamu in court or release him immediately as investigations continue.
Huko kote nikamtafuta, nikamkosa, ndio wakaniambia sasa nirudi Changamwe niandike report ya missing person. Nikaenda nikaandika report, nikarudi nyumbani. Kufika nyumbani, OCS alipokuja akasoma ile report, akanipigia simu, akaniambia niende kwa ofisi yake. Nikarudi Changamwe, nikaenda kwa ofisi ya OCS. Nikamuelezea, akaniuliza, akaniambia nitoke nje apige simu, nikatoka. Akasema nataka kupigia ma DCI. Akapiga simu, alipomaliza akaniambia niingie ndani, akaniambia hiyo yangu ni kesi serious, ametuma signal ya mtu amekuwa abducted. Akaniambia sasa nirudi nyumbani ningoje.
Today is the 4th day since Harrison Nyamu was abducted. The wife and the children are very afraid. Harrison is a kidney patient. He has already missed his medication. He has missed his dialysis. He had a session on Friday, so it's 2 days later. And they're very, very afraid for his well-being. So we are appealing to whoever has Harrison to release him immediately. If he has committed any wrong, then follow due process. and present him before a court of law tomorrow.
Hapa Kenya kumekuwa na utekaji mara nyingi na serikali imekuwa ikipinga. Nataka kusema hivi, hili tukio limefanyika hapa la kutekwa kwa Harrison linaweza fanyika na grupu mbili za watu hapa Kenya, magaidi ama askari polisi. Na kama ni magaidi wamefanya hivyo, pia ni jukumu la askari polisi kuwatafuta na tumpate Harrison akiwa hai na mzima. Na kama ni polisi, pia ni jukumu lao kumchukua, kumpeleka police station na kumpeleka mahakamani ili haki ipatikane. Kwa hivyo kwa yote hayo tunalaumu serikali imezembea kwa kazi. Mtu hawezi kamatwa tarehe 24, leo tunaelekea tarehe 20, tuko tarehe 29 bado hapajapata jawabu.
Now, the Ministry of Health has urged Kenyans to prioritize early cancer screening and adopt proper nutrition to prevent lifestyle-related diseases. Public Health Principal Secretary Mary Muthoni says many patients seek medical care when cancer is already at advanced stages, making treatment difficult and costly. Speaking at the ACK Church in Gichonjo, Gichugu constituency, Muthoni noted that cancer remains one of the leading causes of death in the country. She emphasized the importance of regular medical checkups and healthy eating habits to reduce cases of high blood pressure and diabetes. The Principal Secretary also cautioned against the use of over-the-counter drugs without medical prescriptions, warning that it could lead to drug resistance and serious health complications.
Sasa tungependa kusema ya kwamba kama wewe ni mgonjwa, nenda hospitali. Hakuna kwenda pale kwa counter kuchukua dawa sababu wewe sio daktari. Ukigonjeka, nenda hospitali. Let the doctor prescribe for you the correct and accurate medication for your ailment. Sababu we do not want to deal with antimicrobial resistance continually. When people go and buy antibiotics, wanajiandikia madawa ziko na nguvu sana, nguvu kuliko hata ile mwili yao, na pia madawa zenye ziko na strength yenye imepita kiasi ile ugonjwa yao. Hii mwaka inakuja 2026. Usipitwe na wakati kama hujafanyiwa screening. Na ninahimiza community health promoters, hii ni mwaka yenu ya kupita na kwenda kwa kila boma. Make sure umepima kila mtu.
Now on sports tonight, Nigeria held off a late Tunisia fight back to reach the last 16 of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations AFCON in Morocco. Victor Osimhen opened the scoring a minute before halftime, with captain Winfred Ndidi and Odomola Lukman adding 2 more goals after the break. Tunisia mounted a late comeback through goals from Montassa Talbi and Ali Abdi, setting up a frenetic finish. In other fixtures lined up for tonight, defending champions Ivory Coast will face off the indomitable Lion of Cameroon in their second Group F match, with each team eager to grab a ticket in the knockout phase. Now that brings us to the end of our broadcast tonight. Thank you so much for choosing our news tonight. On behalf of the production team, led by my producer again, Yvonne Kemoma, and our director, Melton Conchella, together with our sounds engineer, that is Maina Francis. Thank you so much for choosing our news tonight. I hope to see you next year once again. Have a good night.